Assalamu alaikum. So today we will discuss the poem The Dictators by Pablo Neruda. So dictators, the word dictators shows plurality. Plurality means two classes, upper class and lower class, oppressed class and oppressing class. This also shows that there is not only one dictator, there are two dictators. So basically, this was about the two specific dictators that were Francisco Franco, who was Spanish, who take over the Spain, and the second was Augusto Pinochet. So this shows that they are tyrant. You have no power and will when there is the dictatorship. So there is fascism and its impact on society. So the setting is sugarcane field, graveyard, palace, and quagmire. The speaker of the poem is omniscient, victim of a dictator, and scared of dictator. Language of this poem is highly metaphorical language. This can also be called as a political poem, but highly metaphorical and indirect. The poet is expressing his anguish and pain in the country of people. So, very negative imagery is used in this poem. The themes of this poem is death, torture, decay, fascism, killing of oppressed class by dictators. He said that the Pinochet turned the crops into graveyards and power corrupts the human being. This is the main theme of the poem. So let's start the explanation. So in first stanza, he said there is a sense of sight evoked, sense of smell evoked. Odor is an anaphoric reference to the mixture of blood and body. It lingers, it doesn't go away easily. It is penetrated in the earth. The smell mixed with the sugarcane's smell. People were butchered. It is very unpleasant, sharp, pungent, and lasts for a long time. The petals are the symbol of transience for human life, but here its red color means the color of blood. That is also red. You can smell it every time you will pass through the sugarcane field. This is very metaphorical petal for human blood. The smell makes you vomit, smell of decay and decomposition. It is the impact of dictator who is cruel. Human bodies are petals, but by the time it is dying, petal is also symbol of weakness. This act is very shameful and unpleasant. So the palm is the symbol of peace and relaxation. Dictators turn something pleasant into unpleasant. He turned the calm nature into graveyard. Their bones are broken and shattered. Death rattle is the symbol of sound of death. The speechless is the antithesis. He wants them to be speechless. A graveyard is a place where there is always peace, but it is indicated that the people face very painful death. Those people did not die natural death. The visitors filled with the visitors filled with the disturbances when they pass through the graveyards. There is a feeling of disturbance in this graveyard. D is also a very negative alliteration, also a very destructive sound. Maybe dictator is a smart, good looking and short, or maybe he is in palace and doesn't want to hear the sounds of the Protestants. Apparently his physical appearance is delicate and sensitive, but inside he is a cruel man, psychologically and emotionally. They are wearing mask of delicacy. Reputation precedes his name. He is talking with the people like him, not with the common people. He is talking to rich class. These people have insignificant personality without gold and money. These dictators are insignificant without their wealth. They are characterless and lack of morality. Collar means military, maybe they are military officers. Gold means woman, and the top hats mean businessmen. So, tiny place is very ironical. It's a fortress. It seems that it's a fortress where there are guards everywhere. This is very large palace. People who are oppressed are recognized as a tiny palace, which have no importance. Also shows the narrow minded of the people. So, clean and shiny palace like a watch made up of glass. It shows that the watch is the remainder of time, and time doesn't stop for anyone. A kind of hope is there for the reader. He said that time will pass. It will not no long for it will no long for every time, every people. Like a watch, time remains for no one. No matter how violent you are, one day you will die. Eventually, they become a part of graveyard. Blue is the symbol of death. The world of living is not far from the world of death. They cannot even express their sorrows, they cannot be seen. Their mourning is seen in the air. Plant is the symbol of hope. But there is a plant of endless sorrow, mourning. Hatred breeds hatred. Violence breeds violence. Very negative imagery is used. Mourning is increasing, it cannot stop. It's an unending process. The suffering of people cannot be ended. Plant of sadness grows in the absence of light. This is not a normal plant because it needs human bodies to live. There is no light, hope, and happiness in their lives. More sorrow is added in their lives. Hatred means it is growing gradually, attack by attack. They are suffering. Hatred is growing gradually, attack by attack. So the dictatorship is like a swamp. People are trapped in the swamps. They cannot come outside from swamps. Everything is connected with the dictator. It is very negative. Snout is a metaphor for dictator, and it can also be a synecdoche. Snout is compared with the nose of a dictator. Like snout of pig and other animals, dictator can also sniff the rebellion. So this was all about the explanation of the poem. So he said, wherever there is a dictator, his nose always sniff the rebellion. The blood is also mixed with the ooze. In swamps, there are oppressed, and outside it, there is a dictator waiting for hunting of people. He sucks everything good from their lives. When there is a dictator, there will be silence because they do not give freedom of expression to the oppressed. So the poem is in free verse, which shows that the desire of freedom thought is more important than music. No rhyme scheme is used in the poem because the poet thought that the thought is important, more important than the music. So it is a protest victims poetry. So this was all about the dictators. See you.